Yes, I'm doing Christmas yarn. Are you going to help me choose colors, Emma? Yay, Christmas yarn. Yes, absolutely. And I already started picking out some colors. If you guys want other colors, I have a lot more in my office. Just waiting for a few more minutes. You'll probably hear pitter patter. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, so you'll probably hear pitter patter on the ground. You'll probably see like right here. Let me move them. So right there in that bucket is, sorry, this is an old house that we just bought 2 years ago. So we're gonna be renovating this kitchen. What you see right there in that bucket is more yarn. This is DK Superwash, 100% merino superwash wool. And what I do is I soak my yarn for at least 15 minutes, not less, but it can soak overnight if you want. It doesn't matter. So, and Emma North that you see there is my daughter. She's in Wisconsin and she's going to be moderator. And I always set my stove on 2 to 3. You don't want to burn your yarn. Okay. And so while it's soaking, if I'm going to have it in a pan with no other water, I always use citric acid in my bucket. I put some citric acid in there because if you don't use citric acid with your dye, what happens is over time your dye is going to wash out and it will be bare yarn again. So I took this off because I don't want it to burn because I don't have any, like, it's just wet yarn that's in here. So on this one, I want to do like many different colors. In this one right here, the one underneath, I want to do like maybe a tonal, with some other colors. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but it's up to you guys. And so right now I have poinsettia. I use Dharma, and I always get these small containers, just because I don't go through them as fast. Like I can't use every single dye that quickly because I'm not a big business. I'm just a very small business. I have Cabernet. I'm gonna put these over here. I have baby blue eyes. So like maybe like a snowy type theme we can do. I have chocolate brown. Chocolate brown is always so good. I love this one. I have oxblood red. This is a very popular one with dyers. Golden straw. Moss green. Like maybe we can do like an old time Christmas theme. I have forest green. And I have emerald green, but I have a lot more in my office. So whatever colors, like I have black, I have platinum, I have steel gray or something like that. Um, so we'll start. So, and we're going to kind of work fast on this one since it's been heating for a while. Any utensils that you use, you cannot use again for food. Maybe a pastel blue, purple, white with silver specks. Yeah, I can do that. So we can start with the blue. Let me go get the purple with silver. Hang on. I do have a purple. Okay, so I do have fluorescent fuchsia. Oops, you hear that? And I have amethyst. Okay, and so let's go ahead and start working a little bit quickly. So I'm going to use baby blue. And remember, whatever you use, you cannot use for food. You have to keep it separate. And technically I should be wearing a mask. So I don't know if you can see that. It's very dark in there. But what I'm going to do is use this. And I'm just going to get just a tiny bit because I don't want a lot. And I should be using a mask, but I'm not because then I'll be muffled and you guys won't be able to hear me. So what's the point of that? So I'm going to fill this up to 2. And this is what it looks like. And I have 4 skeins in here. So I may have to do like another Passover. Yeah, let me do another one. See, and like dyeing is like trial and error. You're going to do a lot of trial and error. Sometimes it may not, turn out so great. So you just have to keep trying. I mean, that's the great thing about dyeing yarn is that you make these beautiful skeins that you think that would be like super ugly. You're like, oh, I don't think these colors will go. But once you start doing it, you're gonna be like, oh wow, that looks amazing. Sorry, my dogs are running back and forth from inside outside, and now they're playing. Sorry about that. So here's what it looks like again. So I'm gonna do a little bit more on top. And I'm not gonna smush it. I don't want to smush my yarn. You see how it's starting to seep down? That's exactly what I want. And no 2 skeins are going to be exactly the same, which is fine. So I think for the purple, how am I going to do this? Do you guys want me to go ahead and put the purple here or the gray here, down here, like the silver? With the purple right here, like it goes blue, purple, silver? So you want purple right here? I'll do whatever you guys want me to do. Doesn't bother me. So purple right here. Okay, I will do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this. Let's see what this amethyst looks like. No, I'm going to do a little bit of this fuchsia. It's fluorescent. So let me rinse this out because you don't want to mix colors unless you want to on purpose. And I've done that too, mix colors, which is totally fine. So I'm just going to use like a tiny bit because this is like super fuchsia. And let me add a little bit of gray, like silver. Where is it at? I'm going to add a little bit of platinum to this to tone it down just a tad. And I'm not doing a recipe per se. only gonna do two cups. Okay, so here it goes. And I think I'm gonna do like, I'm gonna bleed this in. And I gotta work fast because it will set. If I can't, my ring is getting caught. There it goes. And so this one I wanna bleed in just a little bit. See how it's going in now? So we're leaving a little bit of white. But I want it to kind of peekaboo in. Okay. How's that look so far? Does that look good to you guys? So we're going to do a little bit of silver speckling right here. Oh, sorry for my dogs. So let me go ahead and get some gloves on. Always wear gloves when you're speckling. You should always wear gloves, period, but I don't. And I cannot get these gloves on. Let me try the other one. My hands are a little wet. Okay. All right, so let's do some speckling. I have Tornado Gray and I have Platinum. I think Platinum will be really pretty. Maybe some Tornado Gray a little bit too, to give it like a deeper. And this is like a very fine powder on this one. So we're going to do some Tornado Gray too. And if it gets up in the blue and it gets up in a pinkish purple, it's okay. Let's do Tornado Gray. And you're going to see a difference with this one. You see how it's like a little bit, I don't know if you can see that. Here, hang on. Much better. See how that's like a little coarser? I am so sorry about my dogs. Okay, I think that's enough. How's that look? So we're gonna let this sit for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. You want it to, you probably hear it. You want it to bubble a little bit, but you don't want to burn your yarn. So just remember that. You don't want to burn your yarn. So I'm going to take off my gloves. I'm going to head and switch positions here. Okay. In this one, I'm going to add some water first. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my stove to about 3 just to get it started, and then I'll turn it down. Let me wash this out real quick. Because what I'm going to do is put the color in with some citric acid. Remember, you always need citric acid. Thank you. So you always want citric acid, and remember, because you don't want your color to come out as you wash your knits or your crochet, whatever you're doing with your yarn. You don't want it to come out. So I'm going to put a little bit of citric acid in just a minute. But I was thinking maybe doing like a woodsy Christmas over here, like with some browns and some not oranges. What am I thinking? We are not in Halloween anymore. With some reds, like a deep wet red. I was thinking poinsettia and some greens. So let me do this. We're going to do something a little bit different. Hang on. I think what I'm going to do, I just got an idea. Let me wash my hands real quick because I don't want it to dye on this yarn. Well, I want it to dye on, but not like immediately with my fingers. I don't want to mix colors. Okay. So I'm gonna bring my bucket over here. And some people I've seen, I always make a mess with this. Some people I've seen twist their yarn. I've done that. Like they twist it in the bucket. I'm not in the bucket, in the, so they'll twist it like here. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I just want to just lay it here. Pan is already starting to get hot. And I just like to zhuzh it. I just want to zhuzh. Emma, don't make fun of the way that your mama says some words, okay? I know you're laughing at my zhuzh. You just want to zhuzh, just to get it relaxed in a pan. Get it all, you know how I'm sticking my fingers in. Yeah, so we're going to do like an old time Christmas, like a woodsy Christmas. That's what we're going to do. Get some of that excess water out. And I have a dog hair. So what happens when you have a dog with long hair? She is a mini Australian Shepherd mix. She was born on a reservation here in Montana. I adopted her last year. She has really severe anxiety to where she takes Prozac and Xanax to help calm her mind a little bit. She's so anxious all the time, and she always thinks that she's doing something wrong. So she'll bring you toys to say that she's sorry. There's no reason for her to be sorry because she's such a good girl. So I'm going to pour this water out. Give me just a second. And I'm going to clean up this water on the floor so I don't slip and fall and bust my hiney. Give me just 1 second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some citric acid into my measuring cup. Not too much, maybe like this much. Half tablespoon. So that's all you need. And then I think we're going to start with a red. So we're going to start with a poinsettia, which is this one. And I'm just going to use a little bit of color. Because this is such a deep red. But I don't want it overbearing either. So I'm just going to use 1/8 of a teaspoon. Add my water. Start mixing it with my whisk. And I'm going to do 4 cups on this one. So I'm going to watch. And I'm not going to do any rhyme or reason. I'm just going to go. Okay. Let that sit for a hot minute. I'm rinsing out my cup so I don't mix colors. And of course I got some color on the floor, but that's fine. It's easy to get up. All right, so the next color I think I'm going to do is green, because when I do the brown, I want it to mix really well. Like I want it to blend nicely. So where's my green that I want? There's emerald. There's oxblood, forest green, moss green. Let's see, which one do I want? I think I want the moss green. Let me do a check. And how you can do a check is, let's put them in there. I want like a very woodsy Christmas. So let's add some citric acid. And I think we're just going to do 3 cups on this one. Are you okay, Watson? Sorry if you hear him. He's like gagging on something. I don't know. He gets excited. So again, I'm just going to. Oh, this is beautiful. I love this green. Sorry about my dogs. Probably thinking, what are they doing? Okay. And I don't mind that there's white. So what I'm going to wait for now is I want to wait for this color right here. I don't know if you see it here on me. That color right there. I want it to be clear. So if I was, let me go grab something real quick. Okay, let me grab my whisk. Let's stop. You don't want to mix colors. So like this. See how that's starting to become clear? That's exactly what I want. So we're gonna give this like an extra few minutes. See how like, oh, that looks so great. Uh-oh. Yeah, get off. There it goes. So, and there's some white. I don't like a lot of white. Watson, oh my gosh, I am so sorry about my dog. Hang on just for a second. Of course, he's doing this as I'm trying to film live. Hang on. Come here, baby. Are you okay? Are you okay? It's okay. You need some water? Get some water. Come here. Come here. You got excited, didn't you? Guys, I am so sorry. Come here, drink some water. Oh my goodness. No, it's not food. It's yarn. You should have been here from the beginning. Oh, thank you. So this is like, so this is yarn. This is a DK weight yarn. Do you knit? Soraya? And this is other DK weight yarn. So this is a Christmas yarn. This is like a snowy Christmas yarn. Okay, so this one I'm going to put on my gloves and we're going to flip it over because it's hot. So you have to have, I always use the these gloves that you get at Target or Walmart, and they're in like the dish aisle section. And I always also use these right here. See how the water's clear right there? Well, it has like a little bit of, but it's mostly clear. So now is the time to flip it. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. I don't mind answering any questions at all. And I think what we're going to do is the blue on this top again and the fuchsia on the bottom. Remember, I added a little bit of this platinum to the color so to tone down the electric fuchsia. That's what I'm going to do again. But on this side, there's going to be no speckles, only on that one side. And we could do speckles on both sides, but I'm going to choose not to on this one. Because I don't want to be like too speckly, you know, like overdone, which is nice. It's still nice. So, okay. Hang on just one second. Let me grab my gloves off. Sorry for my dog. Emma knows Watson's a goofball. And let me show you this one real quick. See how that's starting? Let's see if you can get in a color. See how that's starting to get clear? That's exactly what you want. Okay. Okay. Are you... What? Emma, can you boot him, please? Oh, you have a pug? Yeah, my husband wants a pug. And if we ever get a pug, he wants to name him Smeagol. You know, from Lord of the Rings. Or The Hobbit. Is it Lord of the Rings or Hobbit? Something like that. All right, so let's find the baby blue eyes again. Add just a little bit of citric acid on this one. And then up now my dog is barking. Hang on. Stop. No, sir. Of course he barks at like the worst time. You crazy dog. Crazy dog. Okay. So now we're going to do blue on this side again. And I don't care if it goes down into the pink area. Let's juju it to get all that white covered. We don't want any white in our yarn. Anyone who buys indie dye yarn or hand dyed yarn that's one of the things that they look for when they buy from a new dyer is how much white. So I'm going to add, what I'm going to do is add like a couple blue sprinkles in here and like touch them and get them to blend in a little bit. Give it a little bit more depth, but I'll do that in just a second. So now let's do this. Ruth, this is yarn dyeing. So now I'm bringing this back a little bit so you can see me do this part. Remember, I'm going to add a little bit of platinum. I'm going to wash this out first because you don't want to mix our colors because then it's not going to look great. So I'm going to add a little bit of platinum, just a smidgen. Okay. And then remember, I'm going to do a little bit of that fluorescent fuchsia, but we don't want it so fuchsia like fluorescently. So that's why I added a little bit of platinum to tone that down. Okay. And I'm adding warm water because our water is warm already. And I'm only going to do 2 cups. And so, and remember, I'm going to juju it. Get in there, get all those strands of yarn coated. And of course, my dog has to bark while I'm alive. He doesn't bark anytime else. Oh, it's just someone taking out the trash. Seriously, Watson. How about you go outside if you're going to do that? Come on, Watson. Go outside. Sorry about that, guys. He barks when I'm on live, but he didn't bark all morning. Go figure. Okay, so see how all that yarn is starting to coat? I don't really have any white. I have like some light blue, which is perfect because you do want some depth. And there's no white in the purple pink area. This is perfect, actually. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit. And now we're gonna go back to here and add some brown. So, and we're gonna probably on the Christmas, like on the old time woodsy Christmas one, what we're probably gonna is we're going to probably, sorry for the, if I'm making you dizzy with whiplash. So what I'm probably going to do is go ahead and turn this around, like, you know, flip my yarn. I want to get this, I don't know if you can see it. When you're dyeing yarn and you have dye on the edge of your pan, what you want to do is clean that off. Sorry for the whiplash again. Oh, I just changed the color. Hang on just one second. There we go. All right, that looks pink in there, but it's not pink, it's red. So don't think that's pink. All right, so I'm gonna clean out my, I'm gonna clean this out because there's pink in it. Don't want to mix any colors. add a little bit of citric acid, and then I'm going to add some brown. And I think what I'm going to do is add chocolate brown. I really love this chocolate brown. It is so pretty. Okay, now let's get it mixed up. I think I'm just going to do 3 cups on this one. If I was making a recipe and I was going to dye this over and over again, I would be writing down exactly everything I do and every single thing I put in. Okay, I'm going to take this, kind of get it in there. Normally I don't touch my yarn, but this one I do. This is coming out really pretty. I like this color. Okay, we're gonna let this one sit for a hot minute, maybe for a good minute. I think what I'm gonna do is add another type of brown on here. So give me just 1 second. I did not bring it out. Give me just a second. Okay, I think pecan brown would be even better. So we're going to do some pecan brown, but first we're going to probably go back over this with pecan brown. What do you guys think? I think so. So I want it to be like brown, like a nice woodsy brown. Adding some more citric acid. I'm going to add just a tiny bit. Like I'm using only my 1/8 teaspoon. I'm only going to add half of a 1/8. Ouch, that's hot water. And then I'm going to use hot water. Oh, I like this better, much better. And I think I'm going to do 3 cups. And then I got to get a whisk it all up. Much better. I like this better. And remember, it always looks different when it's dried. And you also don't want to muddle this too much with a lot of colors. So I think I'm going to stop there and flip it and just do red and like the poinsettia and the moss green. Yes, moss green. This one is looking perfect over here. This is perfect. I'm not going to touch this anymore. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my stove for right there. But this one I'm going to flip, but I need to get this off. Hang on. Let me grab a paper towel. You always want your rims or your edges of your pans to be clean in between flipping, because you don't want to add more color to something that you don't want more color added to. All right, let me put back on my gloves. And I will take pictures in the next couple of days and show them on YouTube when I do another podcast of how this yarn turned out. So we're almost done here. We're just going to do another flip. See how there's a lot of white? We don't want all that white. What I may do is just do a red. Just a red on the back. That sounds really nice. And the more skeins that you have in your the more white will be there because they're all smushed together. You probably hear my dog outside. Hazel goes through the doggy door. Watson does not because he's afraid of the doggy door because he's a weirdo. Okay. He's already come in through the doggy door twice because I took too long in the shower. He's weird. All right, let's work this out again. And the reason why I'm repeating every step is because it will become second nature. All right, so let's find the poinsettia over here. There you are. We're going to do 4 cups. I love this poinsettia. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to fill it up to 4 cups. Give it a whisk. Because you want to make sure all of that powder is broken up and dissolved. Perfect. My counter looks like an art studio, which is fine by me. I'm okay with that. All right, so now I'm going to get it in there. So I want all the colors, I want all the strands to be saturated with color. I think I'm going to add a little bit of speckle to this side of browns. Okay, so let me get a glove on. And when buying gloves, I do suggest these. I normally wear a small. I work as a lab scientist here in Montana. And I usually wear a medium, a small. Yeah, not all gloves are the same, I found out. So trying to get my hand in these is, if it's like slightly wet. See, like I can't get this one on. Let me try it again. Gotta have some really dry hands for these gloves. I don't know why it's so difficult to put gloves on. All right, I'll just deal with how it looks. I don't care. So we're going to do some, you know what? We're going to do some toner black. That would be perfect on this. Toner black a lot. I should probably get a huge container because I love this toner black. It is so pretty. It's not like a true black. Oh, you are? All right, so remember, see how it looks? It's not fine, but it's not chunky. And I'm just going to just put a little bit. I don't want to overdo the sprinkles on this one. Just enough. I think that's perfect. No more. And I don't mind that it's pooling. It's going to give it some depth and some character. All right. So in a couple days, I'm going to do another podcast and show you what the skeins look like when they're dry. So stay tuned to that. I'm going to go ahead and go. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them now. I don't mind answering any questions that you have about yarn dyeing. You know, if you want to get into it. Can you please make Charlotte's baby blanket out of the purple and blue one? Yes, I can do more of the purple and blue one. Again, Emma's my daughter, and she's having a little girl named Charlotte. She's going to be our second granddaughter. So if you guys, if you don't hey Ben is her husband actually. So if you guys don't have any questions, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means a lot to us. This is a rainbow baby. Oh, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Again, if you guys want to see more of these dye lessons or just do a dye with me session, to where you guys pick out the colorway, I love doing this. I think it's great. And I like my customers or I like my YouTube subscribers to, be involved in my yarn dyeing process. I think it's great. A lot of dyers don't do this. I mean, it's fine that they don't, that's their prerogative. But I want you guys to be involved in my business because you guys are my subscribers and I appreciate, just you guys subscribing and liking, my videos. It means so much to me. But if you have any questions later on, you can always ask me anytime. All right. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day.